Well, there's good news for the Chicago Bears in regards to the trade market, who are in need of a premier edge rusher to pair with Montez Sweat for this upcoming season in order to put them over the top and compete for a Super Bowl. Yes, we do have DeMarcus Walker and Austin Booker behind Montez Sweat, but imagine if we add another double-digit sack leader that happened this past season and actually the last 3 of the 4 seasons to create one of the scariest defensive lines in the NFL. Ryan Poles said he's not done working on this roster at the moment. And usually I do trade back videos with the NFL draft, but now that that's over, there is still an opportunity for Poles to pull the trigger and get a trade done that lands Chicago an elite player like he did with Montez Sweat, like he did with Keenan Allen and other key pieces. On the Pat McAfee show earlier this week, May 1st, 2024, Poles said how the team is still working to improve its current roster for the upcoming season, whether that's through free agency, undrafted rookie free agents, and that other option, trading for talent. And like I was saying earlier, Poles is not afraid to trade. Clearly, he went out and got Montez Sweat for a 2nd rounder, Keenan Allen for a 4th rounder, Ryan Bates for a 5th rounder, and technically DJ Moore, Darnell Wright, Tyreek Stevenson, and Caleb Williams for trading that 1st overall pick. So clearly, he is not afraid to trade, and he's pretty darn good at it. So I would like to see something happen. So who could Poles be going after this offseason via trade in order to improve this team? Cincinnati Bengals edge rusher Trey Hendrickson, someone who right after the NFL draft told reporters that he requested a trade from the Cincinnati Bengals, could come to Chicago. I've seen a variety of reasons why he wants out of Cincinnati. He feels like the team is going in the wrong direction now. He is overshadowed. He doesn't have any help on defense. He wants to win a Super Bowl and feels like the Bengals aren't going to do it. Tons of different options that have been put out there. Who knows what the truth is? But that time is almost up with the Bengals because clearly he wants out and lots of different stories. But in the end, he could come to Chicago, a new beginning paired with Montez Sweat with a top 5 defense, a new rookie quarterback, and a lot of things going in the right direction for the Chicago Bears. Now, before I get more into Hendrickson and why I would love for him to come to the Chicago Bears, I want to hear from you guys in the comments section. Throw your trade offer that you would send to the Cincinnati Bengals in the comment section below of what you would do if you were Ryan Poles. And along with that, if you want Trey Hendrickson to become a Chicago Bear, make sure to smash that like button so we can see how many Bears fans want him as well. And as always, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already to stay up to date on all Chicago Bears news and content. So about Trey Hendrickson, this guy is a beast and he is in the prime of his career. The 30-year-old 6'4", 270-pound edge has great length and size that makes him dominant. He has been in the league now entering his 8th season this upcoming season, where he spent 2017 to 2020 with the New Orleans Saints and 2021 through 2023 with the Cincinnati Bengals. He was drafted in 2017 in the 3rd round at 103 by the New Orleans Saints. So clearly, guys, there's gems everywhere in the draft. Austin Booker was a projected 3rd rounder, ended up getting to the Bears in the 5th, thank goodness. And hey, he could help mentor him and make Austin Booker that next guy. Or we can just get Trey Hendrickson, have Austin Booker, have Montez Sweat. It would just be absolutely insane. In trading for Trey Hendrickson, he still has 2 years left on his contract. This upcoming season in 2024, he has a $20.14 million cap hit, along in 2025 with an $18.66 million cap hit. So not terrible, still pretty darn high, definitely a top 10 paid guy, but he definitely plays like it because he is in his prime right now. Just kind of like when we got Julius Peppers. He was 29, 30 years old, and it turned out to be pretty darn good for us when we did that back in the early 2010s. And going through the stats, I mean, this guy is showing no signs of slowing down. A big, fast edge on the outside who can get pressure on the quarterback and is currently at his peak, and his stats speak for it. 43 total tackles last year with the Bengals, a career high, 28 of them being solo, another career high, 16 tackles for loss, another career high, 17 and a half sacks, another career high, 25 quarterback hits, 3 forced fumbles, and 3 pass deflections. Clearly, this guy is a dog. I mean, a career year across the board at 29 years old with the Bengals with not much help on that defensive line. And imagine if he had Andrew Billings, Javon Dexter Sr., Zach Pickens, Austin Booker, Montez Sweat. DeMarcus Walker, and Eric Washington, the defensive line guru of the Chicago Bears, our new defensive coordinator. And not only that, he's a 3-time Pro Bowler the last 3 years. And 3 of the last 4 years, he's had double-digit sacks, a leader as well as a captain. I would love every second if this guy came to the Chicago Bears. And before we get into more about Trey Hendrickson and the trade that I would do, today's show is sponsored by Mando Whole Body Deodorant. I'll tell you guys, this stuff is legit. I've always struggled with skin products, even when it came to body wash. And this is the first time in a minute that I've tried something new that actually worked. It smells great, feels good on your skin. My skin has never felt better, and it's clinically proven to last up to 3 days, which is nice, especially during those hot Chicago summers. You always want to smell fresh and clean. Tons of different products, tons of different options for all types of people. I mean, I love this stuff, guys. I'm so happy that they reached out because I honestly, if this doesn't even continue, I'm going to continue to buy their product. I love it. And if you're interested, again, I highly suggest control body odor anywhere with Mando and get $5 off your starter pack, which is up to over 40% off with promo code JAYCHI Bears at shopmando.com. So while you guys are here, that trade proposal that I would do with the Cincinnati Bengals. I know that the Bears are going to be taking on a lot of cap here, and I'm going to need to restructure some deals that are currently on the roster in order to make them into signing bonuses to clear up to be able to bring in Trey Hendrickson. So the Bears get Trey Hendrickson. Great. Love it. And I would send the Cincinnati Bengals a 2025 second, probably from the Carolina Panthers, because that's projected to be the 33rd pick in the upcoming draft, along with a 26th third. Bengals get some good mid picks out of this. We take on a lot of cap for the next 2 years, but get an elite type player that's going to help us go into win now mode. And overall, we keep our first pick next year where we can draft another edge, which is a super heavy edge draft next year. And that would replace him once his contract's over. So it's a win-win across the board for everybody. Cincinnati clears up cap. We give up a few picks, but still get a premier player. And we still keep our first to get another premier edge next year. I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. And again, if you haven't already, please hit that like button on this video. I appreciate your guys' support, as always, for tuning in to Just Another Year Chicago Bears. Can't wait for next week. We got tons of stuff coming out for you guys, so stay tuned for that. But with that, thank you, as always, for tuning in to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago Bears. My name is Nick Brody, and as always, bear down, baby.